I went to the hotel room and Liberty called and said, "Dude, you got the gig." And we started touring. And that was great because that was a big gig. That was, you know, stadiums, and you know, right away you're realizing that there's ways to make money that you can actually have a good time. It's not so stressful where you're always running around and like waiting for every little $50 gig and adding it to this $100 gig and adding it to this and then the other. But you know, you reach this breathing like plateau where you're like, oh man, I'm actually making money. I could buy a car. I'm on tour. I'm gonna be on a magazine cover this week. I'm actually what they call in the big time, you know. So I experienced that, and it ran its course, and I lost that gig due to things that happen in the business. You know, we all get gigs, we lose them, but then you just rally and get up and you create the next one. You do the same thing. You manifest. You seek. You look for the gig that you feel you'd be right for. And then you do the work that brings that gig to you, that brings that energy to you, that brings people that are involved peripherally to you. They become part of your sphere of reality somehow. I don't know how it works, but it's a psychological, creative visualization aspect that you look and you see it in your mind first. You create it in your mind, and then it becomes your day-to-day. There's little manifestations, there's signs, there's it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You create your reality. Is what I'm explaining to you. You young bass players, you know, you analyze how you play, what you love, what you want to do, how you see yourself, and then you get a picture of it and you hold on to it. And then that picture is so vivid because you want it so bad that you're guided to it. It becomes the way you live your life. And other things come into it. You have to have balance, of course. You have to love your family and your children or your parents or all that stuff. You have to have time for them. Go to the movies. Spend time, you know, doing fun stuff. But you have to focus on that initial picture, which will change too. You have to evolve with it, you know. But that picture is in your mind, and you guide yourself towards it. And something will tell you, you need to go here because this is where these people will be, and you need to be gentle in your approach and talking to this person because he's this way. You know what I mean? In other words, the modus operandi, or whatever they say, the way of approaching every situation will become apparent to you. You will then know, oh wow, I'm not going to be egoed out here because this guy gets offended by that. So I want this guy to be my friend, and so I'm not going to you know, kiss his butt or anything like that. But I'm going to work with this guy, even though he's not necessarily the nicest guy, or the guy is like, you know, sort of abrasive. I'm going to let it be abrasive, and I'm going to just flow with it because that's part of my visualization that this gentleman is attached to that. I see it. It's a sign in the road, and I'm taking it. You follow me? You do what you have to do. That's how you get those gigs. And then once you get the gig, you're on your own because there's pitfalls, there's danger around every corner, so to speak, and you have to make your own dreams fit with those of the ones in power, because the ones in power have their own dreams, and they don't necessarily jive with those. Dave and I talked about this yesterday. So if you have you know, you're active in your pursuit of this visual thing, and you're involved with this group of guys that are sort of guiding you there because it's a stepping stone, so to speak, or whatever. You're there because you know that this is going to get you there. They also have their dreams in place, so it's very complicated. You have to be submissive and yet powerful at the same time. So it's a beautiful ebb and flow, and just be yourself. But know that, you know, every action you take has a direct reaction in life. Everything you do. Me doing this interview will have repercussions for everyone involved in this room. And the way Derek gave me this bass to play and to help me in this, he will benefit because people will see that I love this bass. I love this Music Man bass, you know, and it's part of, I play these with John Fogerty. So I return the favor to have this on camera, and that's how we do it.